To continuously explore the mysteries of the universe, scientists built a space station named Balong, where they raised several trained apes to carry out exploration missions. Every day, the apes were trained through virtual imaging to prepare them for extravehicular activities. One day, the entire space station suddenly shook but soon returned to normal. It turned out that they had encountered a powerful solar storm, causing many systems to become unstable. At this moment, the captain ordered a monkey to be sent out to detect gamma ray concentrations. Although mission officer Leo was reluctant, he still followed orders and deployed the trained ape. Anxious about the situation, Leo attempted a rescue operation, but the captain, fearing the danger, refused his request. However, Leo disregarded everyone's objections and directly launched a spacecraft because he had always opposed using apes as substitutes for human risks. Soon, amidst the storm's vortex, Leo discovered the drifting spacecraft. Just as he was about to capture it, a sudden flash of light appeared, and the spacecraft lost power, drifting deeper into the cosmos. As Leo was lost in thought, another bright flash erupted ahead. In the next second, the spacecraft was ejected from the vortex. Inside the cabin, the coordinates scrolled rapidly. Without much time to think, Leo controlled the ship towards the approaching planet. The ship crashed through the jungle, skidded violently, and plunged into a lake, sinking rapidly. Leo quickly opened the hatch and swam to the surface, only to be stunned by what he saw. He felt as if he had returned to Earth. Suddenly, a group of humans appeared, running frantically. An unknown fear triggered Leo's instincts, and he joined them in fleeing into the jungle. Soon, a group of armored apes appeared, aggressively capturing the humans. These apes were physically strong, incredibly agile, and humans had no chance of resisting. Within moments, all were captured and thrown into cages, including Leo. They were taken to a distant city, a world ruled by apes, where they had their own culture and language. However, they harbored deep hatred towards humans, capturing and marking them as property of the apes. But one ape was different: Ellie, the daughter of a high-ranking elder. She advocated for peaceful coexistence between humans and apes. When she noticed Leo in the cage, she sensed something unique about him. She even spent a fortune to buy him and took him home. Her father was furious upon learning about this, believing that humans had no place in their society. Meanwhile, General Tate, who despised humans, arrived uninvited, making it clear that he was not there for friendly discussion but to target Leo. He blamed humans for overpopulating and shrinking the apes' territory, proposing a military operation to eradicate them completely. Ellie defended the humans, infuriating Tate. He seized Leo, intending to humiliate him. This disgusted Ellie, and she stormed back to her room. Tate, secretly desiring Ellie's status and power, followed her, hoping to use her influence to strengthen himself. However, Ellie saw through his intentions. When confronted, Tate became furious, and his hatred for humans deepened. Meanwhile, Leo knew he couldn't stay there any longer. He rescued the captive human princess and planned to escape with them. The planet was ruled by apes who were cruel and saw humans as slaves. However, Ellie, risking her life, helped them escape through a mountain cave. Unfortunately, they encountered an ape patrol squad. The old leader of the humans sacrificed himself to buy time for the others to flee. Holding back their sorrow, they ran desperately. Led by Ellie, they reached the crash site of Leo's spacecraft. Leo dived into the water and retrieved a communication device and a small handgun from the submerged ship. Using the signal from the device, he connected with the mothership, revealing that his teammates had arrived on the planet. Their rescue was imminent. However, they were soon ambushed by the apes, who arrogantly declared that they would be taken captive again. Leo swiftly fired at a distant tree, causing it to collapse, shocking the apes. They had never seen such power before and pleaded for mercy. To prevent them from reporting back, Leo decided to take them along. Eventually, they reached the apes' forbidden zone, where the communication device flashed, indicating they were close to the mothership. However, the area was heavily guarded, forcing them to wait until nightfall to act. Meanwhile, Tate discovered an ancient relic, revealing a rusty firearm. An elderly general, lying on his deathbed, finally revealed the long-kept secret: this planet was once ruled by humans, intelligent yet ruthless. It wasn't until their legendary ancestor, Caesar, led the apes in a great war against humans that they won their freedom. Enraged and sorrowful, Tate immediately assembled an ape army and marched toward the forbidden zone to eliminate all humans. Leo, realizing time was running out, fired a flare to distract the apes and led the humans across the river on horseback. The apes, unable to swim, could only watch helplessly. At dawn, they arrived at the marked coordinates, only to find ruins. Confused, They ventured inside, where Leo noticed ancient writings on the walls. To his shock, this ruin was actually his mothership, but it appeared thousands of years old. To unravel the mystery, Leo accessed the ship's logs. The truth was terrifying. After he mysteriously disappeared, his teammates piloted the ship into the solar storm to find him but crashed on this planet 3,500 years before Leo's arrival. The experimental apes on board had awakened, growing immensely strong and intelligent. They quickly overpowered and exterminated the human astronauts, becoming the dominant species of the planet. Outside, a massive gathering of humans arrived, believing Leo was their savior who could lead them against the apes. However, seeing them armed with nothing but courage, Leo knew they stood no chance against the heavily armed ape army. As Tate's army drew closer, Leo devised a plan to divert them. But none of the humans were willing to abandon him. They firmly believed he would lead them to victory. Meanwhile, Ellie, moved by the humans' bravery, attempted to sacrifice herself in exchange for their survival. However, Tate cruelly rejected her plea and even branded her as a slave. Feeling responsible for everything, Leo sat in the mothership, desperately searching the logs. He discovered that the ship's fuel cells were still functional. This gave him an idea. As the massive ape army reached the ruins, Leo quickly ordered the humans to hide behind the spacecraft. He activated the ship's power source, and with a deafening explosion, a massive fireball erupted, engulfing the ape soldiers. Stunned, even Leo hadn't expected such destruction. As the smoke cleared, most apes were merely unconscious. The humans seized the opportunity to counterattack. Tate, realizing he had been tricked, launched an even larger offensive. A brutal battle between humans and apes erupted. Despite their efforts, the humans were clearly at a disadvantage. Leo was soon overpowered, and Tate tossed him aside like a rag doll. Just as Leo was about to be executed, a loud explosion echoed from the sky. Everyone looked up. A spacecraft descended, glowing brilliantly. The apes gasped in shock and fell to their knees. It was a long-prophesied event, the return of Caesar. But Leo recognized the figure. It was the same monkey from his space station. The ape, seemingly crazed, ran into the ruins. Tate, fearing the truth would be exposed, chased after it and attacked Leo in rage. Leo, barely able to fight back, was disarmed. Just as Tate was about to kill him, Leo cunningly activated the ship's doors, trapping Tate inside. Enraged, Tate fired multiple shots, but the glass was bulletproof. His lies were now exposed, and he was left to rot in isolation. The long-standing war between humans and apes finally ended. Leo entrusted the monkey to Ellie's care, bid farewell, and piloted his spacecraft back through the solar storm. As time reversed, he finally saw Earth again. However, upon landing at the Lincoln Memorial,